Hi guys. Let's talk a minute about the insanity going on right now in the United States and throughout the world, but in particular my country, the U.S. Trying to understand where we went wrong, or where they went wrong, I should say. It appears that so many people in our government, in power, and in authority have no clue what the United States Constitution is about, what it says, what it means. And honestly, they seem to think that it's revocable at any time. Governors throughout the country honestly think they have the power to tell people they can't do this, can't do that. And it's like, read your Constitution. Nowhere in the Constitution of the United States of America does it say anything about they can revoke your rights at any time. I actually heard a police officer in Mississippi tell a pastor that his freedoms were suspended because of the COVID-19 CCP virus, China virus, Wuhan virus, whatever the hell you want to call it. I don't really care. That's not the way it works. Hell, I'm just an old redneck country boy, but I know better. Unfortunately, the powers that be don't seem to get that, or a big chunk of them don't seem to get that. Where I live now in Tennessee, I live in eastern Tennessee, a small town, not too far from Chattanooga. I really don't think, and I certainly hope that I'm right in my assumption that no matter what the governor, no matter what the president tells people, if it's unconstitutional, no law enforcement authority here will adhere to any orders to take people's rights away from them. Could be wrong. I mean, there are some police officers who don't get it. Well, they got a badge on, so they think they can do whatever they want. That's not the way it works in this country, and it never will be. Governor of Michigan literally told people they can't, if they have a second home, they can't go to it. She's locked them down inside one home and ordered them to stay put. Which I'm like thinking, no way in hell these citizens are going to listen to her. I certainly hope not. If you have a second home and you want to go to it, you're an American citizen. You can go anywhere you damn well see fit and please. She's also stated that if you go to Walmart, it's for groceries and groceries only. You can't go to the gardening department. You can't do anything. Now, I understand that what I'm about to say is not precisely what she said. Kind of stands to reason. Yes, okay. If I go to Walmart, and I don't live in Michigan, thank God, but if I go to Walmart and I want to start buying provisions for my family, and let's say I'm not saying it's true, but I'm saying I'm afraid of the supply chain disappearing or slowing down to the point where food is going to be hard to get. And I want to go to the gardening department to get some vegetable seeds because I'm going to start a little garden. According to the governor of Michigan, you're not allowed to do that. I certainly hope that Michiganders, sounds right. I certainly hope that they take every bit of power away from this lady. She's a tyrant, clearly. Ignore her. That's all I can say. Thankfully, in Mississippi, where a police officer showed up, several police officers, they were following orders, I'm sure, showed up at a church service, an outdoor church service where people were sitting in their cars while listening to the pastor. Pastor, not pastor. In one of the videos that I've seen, a deputy sheriff, I believe, literally tells this guy that his rights have been suspended. No one can suspend your rights as a U.S. citizen. Never, ever surrender your rights as a U.S. citizen. Just because someone says that they're suspended. No. Anyway, we the people will not stand for tyranny, and that's what we're seeing. The government, and state, local and federal government should simply tell the people what they need to do. That's all you got to do. Putting your thumb on people will cause a huge backlash, and it will get ugly. And quite frankly, I don't think you want to piss off the citizens. Not in my country. Simply because they're not needed. How this all turns out is very questionable. I honestly think that a few weeks, maybe a month, things will die down enough to where we can open our economy back up. And you've got a lot of people screaming to do that, or take a chance and say, wait, we don't really have a choice. I don't fully understand the death rate, the casualty, the CFR, the casualty fatality rate of COVID-19. And truthfully, I don't think anybody does. I think the reason for the panic and freak out is because it's a novel virus. I don't think people get that because everybody's screaming it's like the flu. It's not like the fucking flu. It's not like the flu, excuse my language. It is scary because it could have been highly deadly. Highly deadly. Is that right? It could have been. It's a catastrophe nonetheless. But when this dies down, there's a much bigger picture way on the horizon. And I'm sorry if you don't understand that or if you don't believe that. First of all, as American citizens, we're having rights to vote from us. Not good. You'll never get them back. That's the thing about it. Once they take it, you're not getting it back. And secondly, China is posturing the military. They're actually conducting military tests or nuclear tests, which is against accords they've signed. And they're posturing because they feel threatened now that they've screwed up in a huge way, or I'm not so sure they screwed up, quite frankly. So many people are saying it's a biological weapon. I don't think it's a biological weapon. I think these fools just didn't know what they were doing, and for some reason the international community allowed them to have a P4 laboratory, and they let it escape. I don't think it was intentional. But one thing that I do believe it was intentional, and I think it's pretty obvious it was intentional, was allowing it to escape their country and cover the entire globe. Had it simply been taken care of, or had the quarantines that took place taken place earlier and they stopped travel, this would not be happening. And the world would feel sympathy for China, and quite frankly, we'd be helping China. But instead, they locked down Wuhan residents, welled them into their apartments, pretty much starve them to death if they don't die, and then they run around saying it's not transmissible between human beings, and it clearly was. It's kind of hard to say that the spread of it throughout the globe wasn't intentional because they allowed travel. And it's my understanding they allowed travel out of Wuhan all over the planet, but they wouldn't allow the citizens of Wuhan to leave Wuhan. Which tells, it's kind of like they figured, it seems like they figured, well, or she or G or however the hell you pronounce little Winnie the Pooh's name, it's like they They thought, well, this is happening to us, so to not make us look as weak as it will make us look, we'll get everybody damn sick. That sure is what it looks like. And they're not going to tell the truth. They're not going to admit to the truth, even though we know the truth. Even when we come to terms and actually have evidence and everything else, they're still going to lie to the citizens. Communism is evil. It always has been, and it always will be. It's an evil practice. And so many younger people who didn't. I grew up in the 80s, okay? Ronald Reagan, Soviet Union. We were always afraid that at any time we could be incinerated. But thankfully that didn't happen. But I grew up hating communism, and I still hate communism. The beginnings of communism is socialism, so, I don't really care if you agree with me or not. It's the facts. When the government starts taking care of everything about you, and you're not really allowed to take care of yourself, watch out. Where is this going? I hope I'm completely wrong, but I think it's safe to assume that it's going to get ugly. We are so addicted, and by we I mean the entire world, not just the United States, but we're so addicted to cheap shit from China. I am as guilty as anyone in that respect. That's got to stop. It's got to. Otherwise, we might as well join the Communist Party. Hell, when you've got basketball players killing in China, of course I haven't heard of it lately. It's an evil regime. And they will spread their evil if they're allowed to. We've got to stop it.